All right, very good. All right, we'll get started with the hearings, and I'll be speaking primarily to you two since you're going forward with your hearings. My name is Josh Brown. I'm a hearing officer here to hear your red light case. You received a notice of violation, and you've chosen to go forward and contest it rather than taking summary disposition. The types of violations are, there's three types: straight through, left-hand turn, and then right-hand turn on red. On the straight through and left-hand turn, I don't really have much discretion. It's really just the position of the vehicle in relation to the stop bar at the time the light turns red. On right-hand turns, there is more discretion. I'm looking for whether I think the turn was reasonably careful and prudent, and I'm looking for things like the weather conditions, pedestrians, traffic, time of day, what your speed was, things like that. And then I'll make a determination whether I think it was reasonably careful and prudent. If I find a violation, then it's a $158 fine, $100 administrative fee, and 30 days to pay. If I do not find a violation, then you have no further obligation. In just a minute, when I'm done talking, you'll need to stand up and be sworn in, and then when your case is called, you come up to the desk or the podium. What are we doing in here? The podium? You'll come up to the podium when your case is called. The city will present the video and any evidence they have. You'll have an opportunity to tell me your side of the story and present any evidence you have, and then I'll make a decision about whether I think there was a violation or not. So with that, if you could stand up and be sworn in.
You can raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give is the whole truth and nothing but the truth? Thank you.
On? Yep, okay. Okay, so our first violator is going to be last name Della, D-E-L-L-A. Come on up.
Okay. So.
Hold on. Are you Miss Della? Okay. Just one. Good morning. The city's going to go first, and then it'll be your turn. Okay.
Okay, this is going to be on violation number 1242300056907. Last name Guzman. And for the record, I'm Officer Scott, Lakeland Police Department. To my right is Officer Strickland, who's operating the computer for the record. This violation occurred March 7th of 2023 at 5:05 p.m. Violation is going to be on a 2016 Ford gray in color with a Florida registration of Hotel Papa Alpha Echo 50. That's HPAE50. As you can see here in the first still photo. As we go to the second still photo, this is going to be a straight through violation. This violation occurred northbound Bartow Road at North Crystal Lake. Straight through violation. The light was yellow for 4.8 seconds. It was red for an additional 0.3 seconds. The speed limit in this particular intersection is 45. The vehicle is doing 40. You can see here in the second still photo where the van in the third lane over is before the white stop bar. As we go to the third still photo, you can see where the van has entered the intersection to proceed through the intersection, and we'll show you in the video. We'll play it at normal speed and then we'll slow it down to quarter speed. So it turns yellow. And then it turns red. You can see the van is way before the white stop bar, and then it proceeds through the intersection. Yes, I spoke to her prior to the meeting here, and she was trying to say that there might be some difficulty with our camera system, things of that nature. Just for the record, our cameras are tested every day, every 24 hours, they are tested. So if anything was wrong with it, they would fix it and verify or let us know that there's something going on with that camera at that time, and at this time there were not.
We also have verification, don't we, from Vera Mobility?
Yes, I
that we
I could pull that up if need
Yeah, you
be.
might want to pull that one up as well.
Okay. While we're pulling that up, I guess she can go ahead and
Okay.
speak.
Morning. Is it Ms. Guzman? Okay. Just to confirm, is that you driving that vehicle that day?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
3/7 at 5 p.m., I was driving north of the Bartow Highway. The speed around there is between 45 to 50 miles per hour. It was in the afternoon where you can see the flow of the traffic going through all the intersections. So once, I start looking up in the intersection I was driving, and then I start looking at, you can see in there, in the intersection was pretty busy. It's 5 o'clock, the rush, everybody's rushing to go through the intersections and, trying to do whatever they have to do to get by. Well, during that time of the day, as you can see, 5 o'clock, you have the sun kind of like pinpointing to that area. So you cannot really see between the yellow and the red in that type of, whenever the sun is hitting you when you're driving. Okay, so it's possible that, whenever that happens, I was right in the intersection, or maybe possible that, you say in there that maybe your yellow was 4.8 seconds in there. And, the allowable tolerance in intersections today could be between 3 to 6 seconds in yellow. So if you were in another intersection that doesn't have a camera, you could have went through, because, that's a tolerable allowed speed, of yellow time on a yellow. So those factors can contribute to somebody kind of passing the intersection: the weather, the sun, the speed of the traffic, the time, the signal synchronizations, and it has been known that the cameras, they're not very accurate, and sometimes it depends also of the time of the day, and also it depends on the size of your vehicle and the speed. Sometimes the smaller vehicles can go through the light faster than a small vehicle like mine is a van, which is about 18 feet long, and then a regular vehicle is 15 feet. So, and then, they can go through easily because they can go through the speed. So with that argument, I could say that the equipment, in that intersection also could be defective, because I went over there and I saw the area where, you have the signs where you put enforcement, and you have a lot of signs in there. They're like maybe 300 feet from the intersection, and there's different signs, railroad, this, that. So, I understand that, like he said, if you don't have a sign, well, you still would run the camera? No. I'm all about safety, I believe that, we have to be safe in the road, but in this case, in this case, I saw I went back and saw what's it called, the pavement, and it's all rotted, and that could have communications between the cameras and, in that time of the day, I don't know. But that's what my argument is about the equipment. Sometimes that type of equipment can actually cause more accidents because people start becoming afraid of passing through those intersections that have camera. So.
Ma'am, and I'm not cutting you off, you can continue, but is your issue or is your defense that the camera was defective or that you did not run the red light?
I would say that it was pretty much, I would say it has to do with the camera defective, being probably defective, or it could be also the timing of the day and the weather.
Do you remember this particular time driving that day?
Yes.
Do you remember the light turning yellow and then red?
Yes, before I went through, it was, I saw it was yellow to go through, but, like I said, the sun hitting you at that time of the day, right in your visor, and, you can see yellow and want to be red, So my defense would be the time where the camera is placed, at that time of the day, with the weather type that we had that day, I would say that it's kind of difficult to see, if it is yellow or if it's red, and especially if you're going to a different speed. No, I was going with the speed of all the cars around me, you know what I mean? It's just, yeah. So I would say that the location at that time of the camera could be iffy. And then,
Anything else?
So are you saying that the sun was in your eyes?
yes,
Okay, because you're going northbound, and at 5:05 PM, the sun is over on the west side, so the sun would be over to your left. You're going
it was
northbound.
kind of like it was hitting on me that day. So
Anything else?
also, let me see what else I have here.
Put up the test for
Okay,
the
so that's
cameras that
the other
day.
thing that I tell you, that I told you that the traffic equipment, sometimes this traffic could be, you have the, sometimes these cameras have tolerance of 0.2 seconds, 0.5 seconds, and sometimes they don't have no tolerance. The correct tolerance is 2.5 seconds for this type of cameras, and for the regular, whenever, that's the tolerance that you allow to go through an intersection without a camera, so.
Let's let the city address that. I'll let you finish, but the city address the camera and the technicalities of it.
Okay, up on the screen is where it tested the 24-hour test, and you can see where it says operational test passed. So everything was good that day with that camera. And as far as the yellow light, the time frame, it's set by Department of Transportation. We have nothing to do with that. It depends on the size of the intersection. So like I said, Florida Department of Transportation sets those. So that light was yellow for 4.8 seconds.
Do you have any questions for her about the testing, about what the evidence she just presented?
But you still have not tell me what is the tolerance of your equipment. And even if
Tolerance?
it's said by FDOT, still, as a driver, I'm allowed to see what kind of tolerance you have in there, because, you can have no tolerance, and therefore, across the intersection.
Not understanding what you mean by tolerance.
Can you explain what you mean, when you're talking about tolerance, what you're talking about? What does that mean?
Tolerance of the equipment will be like, how long, you put the camera to kind of flash between the different sections of the light,
How long the camera is on?
Yes.
Or how much video it captures?
Yes, how long the tolerance of the equipment has, like the traffic equipment could be defective because of the tolerance too.
You respond to that just generally, how much footage is maintained of a violation? For instance, it looks like we're seeing about 8 or 10 seconds?
It's 12 seconds.
12
Every
seconds.
video is 12 seconds long.
Okay.
So that captures before, during, and after.
Anything else?
No, I wanted to know, how long was you yellow, you say?
4.8 seconds.
And you red?
0.3 seconds.
0.3.
Meaning it had been read for 0.3 seconds.
Correct.
Exactly, so, if you have a longer vehicle passing through the intersection, if you have a longer 0.3 seconds, the red, and then, the.
You may want to address the issue of the stop bar, because once the tires cross the stop bar, that might help explain how we determine if a.
The stop bar had a problem too. When I went to that intersection, it's all like, it's crumbled. It's not perfectly like it's supposed to be. The lines, it's kind of like the pavement in there is very faulty, like it's all crumbling. And the same thing with the bar is like in different stages. So I don't know if, the camera might look at that as to be so like there's different things in the intersection, and like I say,
Anything else?
no, that's it.
Anything else from the city, either on the stop bar or in response to anything that's been argued?
I mean, it doesn't matter how big your vehicle is, how much it weighs, how small it is. The camera, it will pick up. It's like a cone. When it hits, you got sensors in the road, and when it hits the first sensor, it triggers the camera. It picks you up, gets your speed. It catches the yellow light, the red light, and then when you hit that next sensor, which is right there at the white stop bar, then that tells you, just like right here, how long it was red, and the camera takes a still photo of your vehicle before the white stop bar. So it doesn't matter how long, how much it weighs. It could be a huge 18-wheeler coming through there, and it's going to react the same way if it does with a van that weighs maybe 2,000 or 3,000 pounds.
Ma'am, anything else? I'll let you have the last word. Go ahead.
Okay, so like she say, okay, everything depends on how well is, the equipment at the road to, the loops basically at the road. And since the road is crumbling, I don't know what is the good communication between the, the loops and the equipment when, you have the road crumbling, and also you don't have the, the correct marking. The markings are kind of like all in pieces in that intersection. So that could have to the equipment a problem. They say they tested, but you can see.
Okay, so if you have any issues with that, you can proceed. You can go down to Bartow and proceed and appeal it if you'd like to do that. That's your option. But
Hold on.
Rolling yet.
Hang on. No appeal yet. Ma'am, anything else you want to tell me?
No, I just want to say, well, thank you for listening to whatever I had to say about this intersection. And I feel like, it could be, the intersection can be improved by not only, putting those cameras in there, but doing other things in there. Maybe you might want to check other possibilities with putting a camera there to improve your, the crash conditions in that intersection, or the problems with people running the light in there. Because right now I feel like the camera in that intersection is not really having, it's not helping.
All right. I appreciate everything you've said. I appreciate all your comments and your argument and your presentation and your time here today. I'm going to uphold the violation, impose a $158 fine, a $100 administrative fee. I can provide you, if you would like, 60 days to pay, or we could just give you the standard 30. Would you have a preference? Would you like the 60 days?
Sure.
Okay. So we'll do 60 days to pay, and then you will get a notice in the mail, okay? And if you, as the officer said, just getting to that now, if you would like to pursue an appeal or otherwise deal with this violation in another way, I'd encourage you to either talk to an attorney or potentially file an appeal in Bartow, okay? Thank you very much for your time. Next case?
next case, last name is Jean. John, sorry.
It's Jean Bart, Sharice Jean Bart.
John Bart.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, this violation number is one.
Before we go forward, just because that took a while, I just want to make sure you're still comfortable going forward with the hearing. Nothing you've seen made you want to change to summary disposition, right?
Oh, no,
Just
not
wanted
at
to
all.
make
I'm
sure.
good.
Okay, go ahead.
I learned a lot, however, but.
Okay.
All right, violation number is 1242300028781. This violation occurred January 30th of 2023 at 6:15 p.m. Violation is on a 2011 black and color Jaguar with a Florida registration of India Kilo Papa Delta 75. That's IKPD 75, as you see here in the first still photo. As we go to the second still photo, it's going to be a straight-through violation. Violation occurred northbound Bartow Road at North Crystal Lake. The light was yellow for 4.8 seconds, and it was red for an additional 0.5 seconds. As you can see here in this video, the vehicle's before the white stop bar. The speed limit in this area is 45, and the vehicle was doing 50. We'll go to the third still photo where the vehicle has entered the intersection to proceed through the intersection, and we'll go to the video. We'll play it at normal speed, and then we'll slow it down to quarter speed. So now it's at quarter speed. And we'll stop it when the light turns red. So the light is red, the vehicle is way before the white stop bar, and then the vehicle proceeds through the intersection. That's it.
Morning. So that is not the greatest picture of my vehicle, but I will say,
Is your, just confirm.
It is my
your
vehicle.
You were driving it, your vehicle?
I was
Okay,
driving
go
my
ahead.
vehicle, yes. And actually, the white truck behind is my husband's vehicle, so we were on our way.
The SUV?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were on our way to our son's basketball game. He plays for George Jenkins. They switched it. We ended up going to Lake Gibson. So we were on our way there. I had no idea I went through the light until I got the ticket in the mail because of the trailer in front. So when I seen the video, I was like, okay, that makes sense. I didn't even see the light had turned red. I was just following. But the way that we, of course, were on our way, if I would have stopped, he probably would have ended up running into the back of me if I did see the light was red because we were following one another. But I had no idea that the light had turned red. I didn't even, and it was, of course, because of the trailer, excuse me, because I didn't see the light at that point. The trailer was in front of us. It was kind of getting darker, so I had no idea that I actually ran the light until I seen it. So definitely was obstructed by the vehicle in front of me.
Now, as far as your husband hitting you, you said if you had stopped, I mean, if he was a safe distance back, that he wouldn't hit you, right? I mean, presumably.
Presumably,
Okay.
but my husband is not always the most defensive driver. I am. I don't have any tickets. No speeding tickets, no red lights. I drive really well. He doesn't. So if that were the case, and if I had seen that it was
Hopefully he doesn't
red,
watch this video,
I
by the
mean,
way.
but he'll know the truth. I mean, we can't go against the truth. Driver's license, the
Sure.
records don't lie. But no, I don't. I'm a very, very safe driver. We didn't have any reason to be going fast. They did switch the games, which is why we were going from Jenkins to Lake Gibson, but we had enough time to get there, so there wouldn't have been a reason why I would have willingly went through that light.
Can I just see the video one more time, just on the quarter speed, please? And while it's playing, you agree with me, there is a trailer in front of you, no question, but it's not,
Yes.
sometimes I'll see on these, there'll be a semi-truck trailer, which is much higher. I mean, this is,
Right.
you agree with me, this is not one of those type of trailers. This is more of kind of a lower enclosed trailer than a semi-truck trailer, right?
Right.
Okay.
But my car does sit low.
Sure.
So it would have been, and it was dark at that moment, and I do wear glasses, so at that moment, to me, it was a little darker, and I was just following suit. But I, again, at that point, didn't even know I had ran the light.
Anything else you want to tell me? I believe everything you said. I think you've been very honest, and so I feel bad. I do think it is a violation. I do have, though, because it's an unfortunate situation, I have the discretion to waive the administrative fee. I'm going to do that here. And so I'm going to find a violation, $158 fine. I'm going to waive the administrative fee, and it's 30 days to pay unless you'd like to have 60 days.
30 days is fine.
Okay, 30 days to pay. You'll get something in the mail, okay?
Okay,
Thank you very much.
thank you.
Drive safely.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay, we got a couple that I need to go over that have been dismissed.
Okay.
Let's see.
There's one at the bottom of the first page. Is that one that was dismissed, or
Goods,
no?
No,
Hippolyte. I didn't write anything next to that one. Is that one we have to have a hearing on?
okay, no, that's one that's going to be dismissed.
Okay.
She was headed to a funeral. So.
Got it.
And then the next one that,
And if we're going to do that, we need to read the violation number into the record.
Okay,
And
okay.
then just make the record, so.
Okay,
so
yes,
we have
ma'am.
that.
okay, the one that's going to be dismissed, the violation number is 124-23000-54209, Hippolyte, Bonita. That one's being dismissed.
And then is it the same for Montree?
Correct. So that violation number is 124-23000-28203. That one's being dismissed.
That covers all of them, I think, right?
So,
John, we have one,
Continued?
yes, we need to
Yes.
read that one into the record.
Go ahead.
violation number 124-23000-11209, Whistleon Nolan. It's going to be continued to next month.
Good, thank you. And so for the remaining notice numbers, these folks all elected summary disposition, and so they will have a $158 fine, an administrative fee of $12.50, and 60 days to pay. I'll read the last five of the notice number and the last name for each into the record. 63465 Adams, 37188 Alums, 41438 Bell, 43632 Bellamy, 48458 Bowman, 75436 Brown, 43111 Butler, 43509 Byrd, 55867 Campbell, 45348 Clark, 57210 Cody, 49373 Collins, 59455 Courtney, 29169 Cox, 35604 Crabtree, 49902 Crate, 64786 Cruz, 55792 Davis, 78349 DePass, 44176 Dixon, 37402 Dyer, 44051 Eden, 55040 Edwards, 72185 Feagles, 29383 Fisher, 63911 Fultz, 54084 Gonzalez, 51569 Graham, 51924 Green, 76384 Green, 52633 Green, 35158 Goods, 55776 Hallam, 37386 Harris, 49506 Harris, 66369 Hartley, 53011 Harvey, 61014 Heron, 40661 Houston, 46726 Irizarry, probably saying that wrong, 41826 Johnson, 26736 Johnson, 68654 Johnson, 43194 Johnson, 45959 Johnson, 58796 Lewis, 33203 Melendez, 59059 Michelson, 42113 Miller, 33583 Morgan, 31868 Mothersill, 20994 Nelson, 65023 Nelson, 30142 Page, 39614 Paradise, 44580 Pierre, 70072 Portillo, 65684 Portillo, 25225 Powell, 77713 Price, 35679 Ralabate, 60453 Ramirez, 36909 Resendez, 26173 Richards, 44770 Riggins, 50371 Roberts, 43236 Robinson, 31033 Shackelford, 60297 Sheffield, 41990 Simmons, 26256 Smith, 57772 Smith, 27403 Sprague, 26298 Stingline, 49787 Street, 57129 Summerall, 53052 Teague, 54662 Thomas, 58713 Turk, 29052 Turner, 35893 Vasquez, 55396 Vasquez, 28609 Velez, 43145 Voiles, 48086 West Bodison, 38475 West, 56931 Williams, 21141 Williams, 24277 Williams, 62046 Williams, 36099 Wilson, 54530 Wilson, 52310 Zanini. Cover them all?
That's it.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.